In this session, I'm going to talk about how to identify and eliminate your money energy drains. Now, when you decide what you really want to manifest, like how much money you want, right? So, first of all, it is really important to be clear how much money you want. Because you can say, I want more money, and $1 is a more money, right? So, how much money exactly do you want? But often what we start to do is we start to imagining ourselves with that money. We start to visualize, we start to journal, do our affirmations. Sometimes we are constantly looking for like tools. What's gonna work? What is the best tool? How can I find the best tool? Let me search online. Let me see what other people are doing. Maybe robotic affirmation is gonna work, or I have to try that. Or what is the best meditation I can try? But one thing which is hindering your manifestation, and it's massively delaying, is your energy drains. Because what happens is that you are deciding that I want to manifest this, I'm going to meditate in the morning, I'm going to meditate often, I'm going to do journal. But while you're doing that, that is positive thinking, that is just thinking about what you want. But actually, the thing that drains our energy most is thinking about what we don't want. Now, the problem with all of this is that you are programmed on autopilot to think and feel a certain way throughout the day. So, if you notice, when you wake up, you often have same feelings or thoughts every single day. Then when you are in the shower, you think about the same things. When you're driving your car, you think about the same things. When you're meeting your friends or waiting for something, you are thinking the same things throughout the day if you really pay attention. And you see that there are a lot of things in your day and thoughts and patterns which are draining your energy. So even in fact, it may be that that thing has nothing to do with draining your energy, but you have associated that thing to the negative feeling and thinking. Because let's say when you're in the car, you are always thinking about when I'm going to be free, when I will stop, being bounded by time and look at this traffic and all of that. So now anytime you sit in the car in the traffic, your body will memorize that feeling. So your body is not going to connect with your mind and say, am I supposed to think that way? It will just, the subconscious pattern will become unconscious pattern, and your body will just think that naturally. That's what your body is going to think, right? And it's going to just store that emotion, and it's going to just play it at that time, right? So these things are actually draining your energy. Or maybe there are some people in your life who, whenever you talk to them, they're always negative, they're always complaining, but you can't stop talking to them because it'll be very rude, they're very close people to you. They are draining your energy. Maybe there is something that you do in your day that drains your energy. Maybe you are actually working too hard, which is draining your energy. Maybe you think you need to do a lot more and you need to work really hard and you need to really kill yourself and sacrifice to earn a lot of money. That's taking your energy. So the fact that when your energy is getting leaked like that, you get a really good wisdom from your body, and you get that feeling like, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling quite drained, and I'm not feeling activated and very joyful. So you can start to look at those things and say, do I really need that? Do I really want to do that? So one thing that I would highly recommend is observe yourself to your daily audit. Like sit with yourself and say, let me just audit my day. Let me just scan from the moment I wake up till I go to sleep. What are the things that are actually draining my energy? And what are the things that I've associated negative thoughts with? So one thing what I realized was that when I used to go and pick my kids up, and once upon a time it was my dream that I want to have the freedom where I can just go and pick my kids and I don't have to be stuck in my corporate job. I can just go and pick them whenever I want, wherever I want. I can attend all their events. But I realized that when I was going to pick them up, I had this negative thing that look about the traffic, and I have to drive, and it's so annoying, and I don't know why, but I connected very negative energy to it for no reason, like I just as a behavioral thing, right? And then when I audited my day, I realized, why do I once upon a time I used to pray for that. I used to visualize doing that, and now I've just become really bitter about that because of the traffic, because I'm feeling a little bit not so good, and I just sometimes there is no factor, and you just associate negative feeling to that, just like that. Or maybe something happened and you just connect negative thing to it. So you want to audit your day and ask yourself, if that thing is really draining my energy because of what it is, can I change that? And if I've just associated negative feeling to it for no reason, then how can I make this the greatest thing in my life? So you can be in the greatest place with the greatest experience, and you can be feeling awful, or you can be in a not so good place and choose to feel really good and choose to connect it. So what I realized was, I said, when I'm driving and I'm sometimes stuck in the traffic and where there is like so much going on, I'm gonna take that time to visualize, and I'm gonna turn it into the greatest time of my life, and I'm gonna be very intentional. So it's about being very intentional with your life and really assessing, where am I just losing control and letting my emotions flow and not channeling them in the right way. But there is one big caveat I want to add. It doesn't mean you cannot be upset or angry, okay? Energy draining doesn't mean that you have to always be happy. Sometimes in your life you will feel sad because you're meant to experience all the emotions or human emotions, right? But if you are finding yourself constantly feeling that way, that means now you are identifying yourself with being a very unhappy person, okay? And you can change that by putting more intention, starting to see what things are taking your energy away, what kind of conversations. Maybe you're spending a lot of time scrolling on other people's profiles and seeing their profiles and thinking, oh, look, they're doing so well. And you can start to eliminate them by being very conscious. But sometimes you will have those experiences when you cannot help it, you'll be upset. And you will not lose money when you are upset. Money doesn't care how happy you are, okay? And we are focusing on energy draining things because we don't want to just be that person, because then you are constantly in the low vibe and you're constantly being negative. But being very successful doesn't mean you want to be happy all the time, because that's humanly impossible. So don't tango being unhappy with receiving less money. There is no connection whatsoever, okay? Now, what I recommend my clients to do is, I say to them, if you already had the thing that you desire, how would you live your life? Like, if you be like micro detail with yourself, like every aspect of your life, how would you wake up? Would you wake up and drink a specific kind of coffee? Would you have a different coffee machine? Would you have a different kind of kitchen? Would you be living in your dream home? Would you have a different routine? Would you be spending some time in the bath, like just connecting with yourself? Would you have some kind of ritual that you will do? What will you do? Create and map it out, like write it down, be super specific. How would you spend your day? Would you be spending your mornings by yourself? Would you have a lot more freedom? Would you have Zoom sessions? Would you be staying at home? Would you be going out? Would you be going to certain kind of restaurants? How would exactly your life look like? And try to get to it as closely as possible, because a lot of things that you'll be doing, you won't even need money. You can do them now, and you can be vibrationally aligned to them now, because when you reorganize your day to reflect that, you can feel those feelings a lot easier, right? But there will be some things that you won't be able to have right now because the money hasn't been here yet. What you can do is you can create a powerful image, and when you're doing the things which are not that, but you can imagine them more. But you can even then use some activational things to bring that image. So let's say you would have a different car, and right now your car is different, right? What you can do is whenever you sit in your car, you can put a perfume in your car, and whenever you put it, it reminds you of that car, and you feel like you're driving that car. Or maybe there is a song. So I do a lot of my manifestation through songs because they put me in that feeling. So I have a song for my house. I have a song for the car I'm manifesting right now. I had a song for manifesting a beautiful coaching business, and I did it, right? So what starts to happen is, as you create that whole thing in your mind and you vibrationally really get close to it by either reorganizing your day and taking off the energy draining things, or creating those images and associating different things with those images. Because let's say if you connect that image to a song, right? Like living in your dream home to a song. Every time you play that song, think of your dream home. Every time you play that song, start living in your dream home. Then after a few days, whenever you play that song, you will automatically go in your dream home because you just can build a connection, right? So when we were little, we asked our parents, like, what is that thing that's flying in the sky? And they told us bird. And we've asked them a couple of times, but a time come when we just memorize that okay, the thing that flies with that wings is bird. So similarly, you can build a connection with that song. You can build a connection with a perfume. You can build a connection with something you wear. You can build a connection with, like, you buy a bag or a purse or a watch, and you can build a connection with that. So you can use different activators outside of you that actually reflect the life that you want to live. So you want to reorganize your day after doing that audit and taking off the energy draining things, and then reorganizing in such a way that you are actually living that life, or if the where you're not living, you're feeling that, because things outside of you are reminding you. And when that happens, it's so much easier to live there, because everything outside of you is an activator. You move through your day, like you can use your whole playlist as an activator. So one song reminds you of that, the other song reminds you of that. So you will not have to consciously force yourself. In fact, you will get so used to, because everything around you is telling you that, is screaming at you, right? And then it's so easy and natural to vibrationally align. And before you know it, all those things get solidified. Your outer reality changes to match that. The things you were thinking, all of a sudden you start living that. So I remember one day I had this huge realization. I was like, you know what, the way I'm remapped my day and the way I designed my day, I'm actually living that right now. And everything has just, in a very subtle and beautiful way, has just reorganized itself to that. And I'm actually living that life right now. I had this huge aha moment. So that's how it works. It will work in such a subtle and beautiful way that you look back and you'll be like, holy moly, I'm living that life. This is the beauty, right? So I hope you find this useful. Let me know what resonated with you the most. And we are putting so much powerful content every single week, which is going to change your life. So subscribe to this channel so that I can help you live the life that you really want to live, and turn the notifications on so you always know whenever you put new videos, because they are insanely powerful. Thank you. Bye.